the day that I signed up, as soon as I did it, this is kind of a funny story. I didn't have cards, and cards, my very first showing when I was working with Jeff at RAM, he's like, we don't have cards for you yet. Just go give him one of my cards. He's probably not even going to look at it. It'll be fine. And I'm like, okay. And I get that. And also this is supposed to say brokerage and it said realtor, or supposed to say real, whatever. The rules had just changed, and it still said the wrong thing on the back of the card. So I handed this guy my card, and he looks at it and he goes, this is supposed to say brokerage on it. And I was like, I don't know. And then he flips it over and he's like, who's Jeff? I thought you were Chris.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't have cards yet. And he's like, you don't have cards. You're not even a real realtor.
Oh shit.
And I was like, oh shit, what do I do? Right. And I'm like, can we
just the stories young realtors get worried about? I'm like, don't have cards, don't do this. And like, oh.
Well, as soon as I joined with Signature, I'm like, I'm not even a real realtor. I don't have cards. I'm like, Jim, you need to give me cards today. And he's like, well, we can order them. I'm like, no, you have to figure something out. I need some cards. And they made me some like temporary cards.
Back then we had Real Media in-house downstairs.
Yeah.
So they printed like, and now what I remember after I joined too, I don't know if Jen, if you got this too, but these new young realtors had like these pre-run cards and they just printed their names on them too. Like guys in your situation, like that's so smart. I never had that. So either I had to wait and all that stuff too. But yeah, I can see that.
If you enjoyed this clip and want to hear more, subscribe to the DC Talks podcast on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts.